Well, hello YouTube, Louie here. I hope you all are doing good, and welcome back for another video. Today we're going to talk about gold, and we're going to talk about beer. You know, I don't know if you know it, but the Oktoberfest was, I believe it has been canceled this year, but they have a history of tracking the beer to gold ratio. Or perhaps it's the gold to beer ratio. So I thought we'd go ahead and do that, but not in liters of German beer. We're going to do this in good old American beer. And you may not know it, but the price of beer has been studied by the U.S. Inflation Bureau for years and years now. So let's go back in a time machine and see how beer has gotten more expensive over the years as compared to gold. And let's see if that ounce of gold will buy you more or less beer than it would in 1980. And there are some cool pictures here, courtesy of the Daily Meal. But beer in 1980, a six-pack is $3.40. Okay, seems pretty reasonable. 81, $3.65. 82, $3.82. I'm going to jump forward here a little bit. There's a picture of the Waldorf, 1985, it's $4.29, $4.37. Let's go to 1990, $4.96. Uh-oh, getting more expensive. Hey, Menehune, there's some spam. Okay, I know that's like gold in Hawaii. 1993, $5.75 for a six-pack. Some nice Harleys. 1994, $5.76. Well, let's just keep going here. All right, we are over at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and here we go. This is beer, ale, and other malt beverages at home in U.S. city average, all urban consumers, seasonally adjusted, back to 1980. I believe I ran this for it switched to 1984. Let's go back to 1980. Actually, let's leave it at 1984. We'll do this comparison from 1984 to 2020. So, at a rate of 100 in 1984, it has gone up as of March 2020 to 236. That's 137% inflation in the price of beer between 1984 and the year 2020. Okay, so let's remember that. It was 100 in 1984, and it is 236. These are percentages in 2020, 137% inflation since 1984. Let's see how gold did. All right, here we are with a gold chart, courtesy of macrotrends.net, and this is an all-time gold chart, so going back to 1915, I believe, when it was $496 an ounce. Here we get moving over the inflation years in the 70s. It spiked at about $2,200. And then we had tight money policies brought the price of inflation back down. But let's go to 1984. So right around 1984. Okay, the price of gold was $953 back then. And the price of gold today is, that's right here. Okay, the price of gold today from 953 closed at 1,716. Let's do that math really quickly. 1,716 divided by 953 equals, okay, so there it's 1.8, and therefore that would be 180, would be 80% inflation in the price of gold from 1984 to the current time. It's up 80%, and what we said for beer was, let's get back there, 137% inflation since 1984. All right, so it is fair to say that in comparing 1984 to today, gold buys less beer than it did back then. However, if we had used the year 2000 as the base point, when gold was at a low, you could buy twice or even more than twice as much beer today than then. So I think you'll have to decide where you think we are in economic cycles. Do you think that we are all cylinders firing, high interest rates, robust economy, or do you think it is more like all the wheels fell off the bus, 0% interest rates, and headed into the next recession? I'll leave that up to you to determine, but depending on your time frame, gold either buys less or more beer. You guys have a great weekend.